सर सवाल नहीं है, सिर्फ लफ्ज़, शायद लफ्ज़ भी नहीं है शुक्रिया के लिए। मेरा एक ही बेटा है, एक ही बच्चा है मेरा, आगे मैं कंसीव नहीं कर सकती। इसे जब ये मैंने सुना तो मेरे लिए शायद दुनिया ख़त्म हो गई थी। एक बार हुआ, 1 साल इलाज हुआ, फिर 2 माह हम ठीक रहे, घर चले गए, फिर दोबारा हो गया। और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आप लोगों की मेहरबानी से ये बिल्कुल ठीक है, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। मेरे पास लफ्ज़ नहीं, बस कुछ भी नहीं है शुक्रिया के लिए।
That's up in the air, he's getting under it. This could be victory, it is. Pakistan win the World Cup. A magnificent performance in front of 87,000 people. Imran Khan has led his side to victory. What a great victory.
And they're loving every moment of this. Imran Khan, his 5th World Cup, his 5th attempt to win the trophy, and he's finally done it.
They said, a state-of-the-art cancer hospital in Pakistan? Where will the funding come from? But the response to the masses of Pakistan was overwhelming.
अगर आपने देखा कि उसने फटे हुए कपड़े पहने हैं, अगर आपने देखा कि उसको अंग्रेजी नहीं बोलनी आती, आपने इसकी फिक्र नहीं करनी। आपने ये देखना है कि एक इंसान आया हॉस्पिटल के अंदर।
Well, since '94, 80,000 poor patients have received cancer treatment costing more than $80 million.
Poor people, once they have cancer, it's a death sentence. It was a much greater struggle than anything else I'd ever done in my life. Nothing in my cricketing career even came close to the feeling of fulfillment that hospital gave me.
This is the only private cancer hospital in the world that treats 80% of its patients free.
The running costs are extremely difficult to cope with.
In 1995, he caused an international stir when he married Jemima Goldsmith, daughter of billionaire Sir James Goldsmith. Imran Khan is undoubtedly the most famous and powerful cricketer Pakistan has ever produced. A truly inspirational captain, a great ambassador for the game, and a household name throughout the world.
That you have now carved out a territory, vast territory, it is all yours. And we fought for Pakistan because there was danger of denial of these human rights in this subcontinent.
I am a Muslim. I have faith in God and I live by the Quran. Unfortunately, there are people in the West who think this makes me some kind of a religious extremist. But it's simply not true. The fundamentals of Islam are justice, compassion, tolerance, charity, and above all, humility before God.
Last ball and then Suleiman. Go on, Qasim.
This is the private domain of Imran Khan's family. His marriage to Jemima ended 2 years ago. She now lives in Britain. These days, sons Qasim and Suleiman only come to Dad's house in Pakistan during holidays.
Raising of your children is the most important thing in your life, and yet you had a choice to make. You could have made the choice to go with her. Your relationship was still strong. You could have given up politics and given up your life in Pakistan, but you chose not to.
It's not just that my children are most important. Fatherhood gave me the greatest happiness. Leaving Pakistan was never a choice for me because, she married a certain man. Me, a man who was driven or always had passions, I think that's what made what I was, and that's what might have impressed her. Me living a purposeless existence in London would not have been the person Jemima would have married. I would have probably lost self-worth or a purpose of existence because I have not known a life without a passion. They love it here, open spaces. In London, it's not the best place for children to grow up, in the sense that it's not a very outdoor life. And here, so, you know, it's perfect for that.
Khan says he faced a dilemma and made a brutal choice: career ambition over marriage.
When I saw this wilderness, I imagined a knowledge city. The sort of knowledge city like Oxford University, where I went to and which inspired me. And hence you see Namal College, which in my opinion is the beginning, inshallah, of the biggest knowledge city in Pakistan.
So the degrees that are delivered here at Namal College are the exact same degrees delivered at the University of Bradford.
I think it's a very ambitious plan. It's Imran's vision is of a sort of knowledge city, and I think that's achievable.
To make this dream come true, I need your help. I need the help of people of Pakistan, just as they helped me in building Shaukat Khanum Cancer Hospital. Countries are built on knowledge cities. Knowledge cities provide the intellectual and technical base for a country to become a developed country. For Pakistan to fulfill its potential, this project must succeed.
As Pakistan's recent general elections drew near, Imran Khan was riding a tidal wave of popular support. But could the former cricket star really challenge the status quo? Or would his tsunami founder at the last moment?
People have already decided. You know, they've tried these guys over and over again, and I believe in this Abraham Lincoln saying you can't fool all the people all the time.
He's made corruption an election issue and claims most of Pakistan's political establishment belong behind bars.
80% of people in high positions in Pakistan are criminals. I'm not exaggerating. I've doubt about the other 20% too. The reason I went into politics was not to just be successful as a politician and be in power. I want a change in Pakistan. We wanted to get rid of the system which is stopping the potential of the country going up. In other words, the whole idea was to fight the political mafias in Pakistan.
May 2013, and the streets of Pakistan echoed with a new sound. Louder than rickshaws and even bomb blasts, new voices were making themselves heard. Pakistanis were about to vote in the country's first fully democratic handover of power. Among them, these supporters of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, or PTI, the political party led by Imran Khan. In the run-up to polling day, the former cricket star was riding a wave of support so strong he called it the tsunami.
But he has mobilised a new generation, and his rivals are watching carefully. He's also promised to end corruption in 90 days. Critics say he's naive and dangerous. Supporters insist he's their saviour. Then Khan was on the road again, heading to the next rally. When the votes are cast, he could be part of a new coalition government or a major voice in opposition. Either way, he'll be hard to ignore.
Imran himself had received death threats, yet he insisted on staying close to the crowds.
Police! Police!
Hopping from rally to rally by helicopter, Khan was now staging 5 or more events a day. Over half the national seats are in the Punjab, so winning places like this was essential. Wherever Khan travelled, his celebrity pulled in passionate crowds. Even here in Narowal, a stronghold of his main rival, Mian Nawaz Sharif, leader of the PMLN party. They've ruled the province 5 times.
So what you're saying is you think you'll have a better chance of meeting women once you're elected?
4 days out from the election, Khan planned to hit Lahore with 8 separate rallies around the city in one night. By 8 p.m, Khan should have arrived. It looked like he was late. Then people started to receive SMS messages. They said that Khan had had an accident at the previous rally. Everyone hoped it was a hoax. Finally, Faisal got confirmation there had been an accident. Ascending to the rally stage on a forklift, he'd fallen from a height of 5 meters. The accident could have cost Khan his life.
I saw a lot of blood coming out from his head, and I was standing right there. And I tried to lift him up, and he said, just leave me alone, I'll get up myself. And then I think he was fainted or he got unconscious. And then people picked him up and put him in the car. You know, he's working so hard. He's doing at least eight rallies a day, which is humanly not possible. But he's getting this energy from somewhere.
Remarkably, only hours after the accident, he addressed the nation from his hospital bed.
अपनी ज़िंदगी के पाकिस्तान के लिए लड़ा हूँ. जो मैं कर सकता था मैंने किया. अब मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप अपनी जिम्मेदारी लें. अपनी तकदीर बदलना चाहते हैं. आपको जिम्मेदारी लेनी पड़ेगी.
But shall I tell you about that clip? Yeah. We were not allowing it. The doctors were not allowing it. You can imagine what he did. So we left the room basically, and this is, I don't think anybody else knows that, but we left the room to have a discussion. What do we do? Because my instinct was we cannot control my brother, even in this state. And lo and behold, he sent somebody out. He says, comb my hair, remove the bandage, clean my face from blood, open my collar, bring a camera in. I want to talk.
Two days later, in Pakistan's leafy capital, polls opened at 8 a.m. In the polling stations of downtown Islamabad, the democratic process looked calm and orderly. But just a short drive away, on the city's outskirts, it was a different story. Allegations of vote rigging were widespread amid the chaotic scenes at many female polling stations. Suspicions of coercion grew. Some feared the disorder was intentional.
We will form the government in KP, for sure. And we will set an example there. From zero to here, I mean, this really is an amazing achievement.
You see, what happened was that this was one of the most rigged elections in the history of Pakistan. I mean, never have we seen such rigging in this country. And this is the only time in Pakistan's history where every political party has claimed that there was massive rigging. We have accepted the results. We want to move on. But what we want is that we want an audit of just 4 constituencies. We want the Supreme Court to audit 4 constituencies with thumb impressions for one reason, that at least the next elections would be free and fair.
After the reasonable demand of audit of 4 constituencies, Chairman Imran Khan decided to start a peaceful demonstration to ensure his voters justice.
मुझे बताएं जस्टिस साहब, हमें जब इंसाफ नहीं मिलेगा तो आप बताएं हम किधर जाएंगे? सड़कों पे नहीं जाएंगे तो किधर जाएंगे? इस्लामाबाद सुनामी मार्च 14 अगस्त को होगी।
And these rock concert-like rallies had become key to Khan's campaign.
I think what's important is that all these events that you're seeing, people are coming out on one SMS.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we seek genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. How's that?
अल्लाह ने इंसान के हाथ में सिर्फ नियत और कोशिश दी है, कामयाबी वो देता है। और मेरा ख्वाब है अल्लाह एक दिन पाकिस्तान को वो मुल्क बना जिधर बाहर की दुनिया से लोग पाकिस्तान में नौकरियां ढूंढने आएंगे। पाकिस्तान कभी किसी से भीख नहीं मांगेगा।